Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 5th annual Evening of Stars. You know, each and every day I have the opportunity to reflect on what terrific things happen in our school corporation. And this evening, we have the opportunity to really honor and thank our retiree stars and our awardee stars. There is no employee group in our corporation that doesn't do the very best job they can do each and every day on behalf of our students. And I think you all deserve a great round of applause. It's all of you that make those successes for our students and make us the top corporation in the state of Indiana. And I say that everywhere I go. So thanks to each and every one of you. I'd like to introduce to you a group of people that sometimes you see them on a monthly basis and sometimes you don't. But I have the pleasure of working with them on a daily basis. And there is no better group of people who are supportive of each and every one of you and each and every one of our students. So I'd like to just take a minute to introduce to you our Board of School Trustees. And this evening, Mr. Kelly Smith is our president, had to be out of town, but he does send his regards, so we thank him. Our secretary, Ms. Kathy Fuentes-Rohr, and if you don't mind standing up, please. Our assistant secretary, Mrs. Martha Street. Our member, Dr. Janine Butler, member, Mr. Keith Klein, and member, Ms. Sue Wanzer. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd like to really take a minute to thank Dr. Mobley, and I know she's going to thank her staff, but Dr. Mobley has come in and taken this project over and done a fantastic job, and I want to thank her and her staff. And next, I'd like to introduce our esteemed Vice President, Dr. Lois Sabo-Skelton.
Okay, all right. Good. All right, there we are. Thank you, Dr. DeMuth. It is indeed a great pleasure to be here this evening to honor our outstanding teachers. And by this, I mean all of you. All of you are remarkable people. When you entered the teaching field just a short time ago, it wasn't by accident. You were a special type of person who cared about children. You cared about their feelings, you cared about their problems, you cared about their future. And you still do, as we all do here at the MCCSC. Of course, we are sorry to see you leave, and we wish you every best experience as you move into this next phase of your life. But I know that you are not really leaving, not completely. Because for every child you have had in your classroom, for every child you have mentioned or mentored in some way, or sat with to solve a problem, for every child that you have noticed in your classes didn't look quite happy enough, and you took the time to counsel them or even to console them, there you have left a piece of yourself. This is your legacy, a legacy of love and caring for each of our students. And your influence will always be with them and with us. You see, you're not really leaving. You will always be a part of this MCCSC family, and we are so very grateful to you and to your legacy of love and caring that will continue to grow in each student and in each of us. Thank you. And now, it is my great pleasure to introduce the next speaker, another of our outstanding teachers and leaders, MCCSC teacher and president of the Monroe County Education Association, Mr. Paul Farmer.
Thank you, Dr. Sabo Skelton. Shame on that Highland Park group. I want to talk about you in a moment. On behalf of the Monroe County Education Association, I'd like to congratulate all of our retirees and all of our stars here this evening. Thank you for everything that you have done for all of the kids in our community here in Bloomington. I'd also like to say thank you, and it's already been said, about our sponsors as well as our staff. I know the tons and tons of hours that they have put in. They've done this now for 6 years, has been phenomenal, and we do appreciate that so much. One of the things, I've been thinking about this each year. I kind of try to think about history. Why do we sit at a table? Why do we sit at our dinner table at home with our family, with our friends, and our colleagues? It's like tonight. We sit there so that we talk about each other, we talk about history, we talk about what we've done with our family and our friends and our students and our community. And it's a great opportunity to reflect on what we've done. Even in my little Highland Park group here, I won't say what we were talking about earlier, but it's one of those things that you get to laugh. Because you talk about, do you remember when, and for some of us we could say 29 years ago, and some maybe even more. But it's a time that we get to laugh and smile and enjoy each other's company this evening. I know I've enjoyed it tremendously over the years to get to know so many people across the corporation. And I know from MCA standpoint, I want to thank you for everything that you've done for us and for our students. So, one last thing, again, as a congratulations to the retirees. Please don't stay away too long. Come back, see the kids, see us. We'd love to see the smiling faces at lunchtime, and congratulations. So I have the opportunity now to introduce Dr. Andrea Mobley, the Assistant Superintendent.
Thank you, Vice President Sabo Skelton, Dr. DeMuth, and Mr. Farmer. And thank you to Bloomington High School North Jazz Combo for our dinner music. Welcome to the 5th annual Evening of the Stars event. Tonight, we celebrate and congratulate our retirees who have dedicated their lives and careers to the children and young adults of Monroe County. Whether a bus driver, bus monitor, custodian, a cook, maintenance worker, health aide, whatever their title, all are teachers and have served as role models through their words and actions. They have worked together to shape the culture of MCCSC. We are also here to honor those current staff members who, although not retiring, are to be recognized for the work they do beyond that defined in a job description. They demonstrate the compassion and work ethic necessary to do the essential job of educating children in a time of dramatic transformation in education. Before we introduce our retirees, we would like to thank those who worked so hard to plan and support this event. The MCCSC Board of School Trustees, Monroe County Education Association, the Convention Center staff and Marquis Rental and Staging, Bloomington High School North Jazz Combo, Fairview Show Choir, the String Quartet from Bloomington High School South, Bloomington North for their video services, Alexis Harmon for her help with the program, Brandon Chambers at the MCCSC print shop, Laura Threlkeld and the students of School Age Care who made all the table centerpieces, the MCCSC Services Department, Information Services Department and Public Relations Department, and Human Resource Department, Arlene Byers, Jacob Jardina, Denise Hoke, Luann Larison, Tana Nykirk, Judy Rush, and Emily Taylor. Now I would like to introduce Mr. Tim Pritchett, Director of Technology.
Thank you, Dr. Mobley, and thank you everyone for coming this evening. We would also like to extend a very sincere thank you to our sponsors who made this event possible. Some have joined us this evening. Will all of those sponsors please stand as your group is called? Audience, please hold your applause until all of our sponsors have been named. Our platinum sponsors, Bounds Flooring Incorporated, Edmentum, and IU Credit Union. Our gold sponsors, Bledsoe, Riggert, Cooper and James Incorporated, Comprehensive Financial Consultants, JA Benefits LLC, and Old National Bank. Our silver sponsors, Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, Bunger and Robertson, Cassidy Electrical Contractors Incorporated, Fox Construction, and Matrix Integrations. Additional silver sponsors, RE Dimond and Associates, RE Sutton and Associates, HB Warehouse LLC, doing business as Resource Services, Solution Tree, and STR Building Resources. Additional silver sponsors, Spring Point Architects and Toshiba Business Solutions. Also our bronze sponsors, Bose McKinney and Evans LLP, Chardon Labs, CSO Architects, Delta Dental, Electric Plus Incorporated, HP Products, a Ferguson Enterprise, Ice Miller, ISU the May Agency, Johnson Controls, Schmidt Associates, Web Benefits Design Corporation, Wellness for Life LLC, and Hylant and Smart Systems. Please join me in giving these individuals and groups a round of applause. It is now my pleasure to welcome the Fairview Show Choir with Lee Wilder and Brennan Wilder under the direction of Maggie Olivo performing I Lived, Back Home Again in Indiana, and A Little Party. Please welcome them to the stage.
used to roll. When I dream about the moonlight on the wallpaper, then I long for my Indiana home. Then I long for my Indiana home.
I ain't got time for you, baby. Either you're mine or you're not. Make up your mind, sweet baby. Right here, right now, it's all we got.
Little party never killed nobody. We gon' dance until we drop. Little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now, it's all we got. Shoo-ba-da-ba. All these diamonds just around the world don't mean a thing if I ain't your girl. Little party never killed nobody. We gon' dance until we drop. Little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now, is all we got. Ooh, little party never killed nobody. We gon' dance until we drop. Little party never killed nobody. People get loud, hey, people life, hey. Hockey, taxi, paparazzi, hold on, take this shit. Think easy, talking something I'm breezy. Hope you keep up, y'all. Just believe me, I'm the business.
It don't mean a thing if I give you my heart, if you tear it apart. No, it don't mean a thing if I ain't in your eyes, baby. That ain't gonna fly. No, it don't mean a thing if I give you my heart, if you tear it apart. No, it don't mean a thing if I ain't in your eyes, baby. That ain't gonna fly. No,
Just one night, all we got. 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 What do you think, Fairview? Are you ready? Little party never killed nobody. We gon' dance until we drop. Little party never killed nobody. Right here, right now, no, we 5, 6, 7, 8. Little party never killed nobody. We gon' dance until we drop. Little party never killed nobody.
Now, sissy that wow.
Thank you, Fairview students. That was an amazing performance. What a talented and hardworking group of young people. Thank you for being here with us this evening. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce our MC for this evening, Tricia Whitaker. Tricia is a 2008 graduate of Bloomington High School North and a 2012 graduate of Indiana University. She began her career as a sports broadcaster while at IU, then moved to covering Indiana basketball and the Pacers. Her first job out of college was at ABC in Green Bay, Wisconsin, covering the Packers. She started at WTTV in December of 2014 and is excited to be covering sports in the state she grew up loving. Please join me in welcoming Tricia to the stage.
Hi. So I don't think I'm going to be able to top Fairview Choir's performance, but I'm going to try to keep you all entertained, and if you get bored, I'll just call them back on stage and they can do some cartwheels or something. So I can't tell you how honored I am, or I feel, to be a part of this event. So I went to Binford Elementary. I went to Tri-North Middle School, and then I went to Bloomington North, and then I went to IU, and now I'm in Indy working. So I was just so excited when I got the email, but I have to say I laughed a little bit, because I remember a couple times when I was a 16-year-old, I wasn't perfect. I wasn't a perfect student. So when my mom forwarded me the email from Dr. Mobley, I kind of laughed because I was like, man, I hope she doesn't remember that time I was in her office for talking too much in class or being late to class. My mom wanted me to clarify I wasn't a bad student. I was just a 16-year-old, But when I got, maybe the rundown of everything that was happening tonight, before I even looked over the list of retirees and everybody who's had such an impact here, there was one teacher that I thought of in particular, right, who had such an impact on my life. And when I looked through the list, he was on it, and he's here, and he's probably going to be mad at me for telling this story. Yes, I see you back there, Mr. Shedlack. There are so many of you here that I know. Mrs. Schock, right over there. I was in show choir with her 4 years. She put up with me, so she deserves a round of applause for that. But Mr. Shedlack, I remember being in 6th grade in his social studies class, right? And when you're in 6th grade, you have the attention span of a goldfish. It's hard to keep 6th graders' attention. But somehow, he did it every single day. And to this day, and this is not just because I'm standing in front of you guys tonight, to this day, he is the only reason I know anything about the history of World War II, right? I'm serious. We had World War II Day, and I still remember what my project was. It was Rosie the Riveters. And you guys have such an impact on so many students, and you don't even know it, right? I don't know if I've ever told him that story or talked to him, but about how much of an impact he had, but I wish I would, right? I wish I'd go back and tell each of you how much you meant to my life. And so my mom is a principal as well. She's a principal at Edgewood Primary. And I know how hard she works, and I know how hard you all work. And as you retire, sometimes it might feel a little bit like a thankless job, right? But it's not. You guys have such an impact on all students that come through your doors, whether you know it or not. You're still with them every day, and they might not even know it, but your influence is there, just like Mr. Shedlack's influence has always been there with me throughout my time and my career. So I just wanted to encourage you guys in that, because if you don't think you have an influence, you do. You impact so many lives, and all of you in here have impacted my life by just being a part of this school corporation and this community, because I was raised in this community. And what everybody knows about this community is that there are great schools and great educators. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for all of that. And now that I've yammered on for a while, it is my pleasure to introduce the 2017-2018 MCCSC retirees. As I call your name and introduce you, you can make your way to the stage using the center aisle, the red carpet. You'll enter stage left, and then you'll exit behind me. And if we could all hold our applause until the end, that would be wonderful. So we will begin with our first retiree, Yvonne Aubin. If you could make your way to the stage. Principal Jen Anderson said that Mrs. Aubin's kind and gentle demeanor has always encouraged, motivated, there you are, and supported the students of Binford Elementary. Her dedication and her devotion extended far beyond the classroom, and her commitment to seeing her students succeed is parallel to none. So thank you so much, Mrs. Aubin, for your time and your service at Binford Elementary. Our next retiree, Sharon Ayers. Debbie Moore, maintenance coordinator, said that you could always count on getting your phone call answered when you needed something from the warehouse. Sharon was dependable. Where is she at? Is she here? There you are. Sharon was dependable and dedicated to securing the inventory from purchasing to distribution. She has a work ethic that rises to the top of the class. So thank you so much for your service with MCCSC. And our next retiree, Helen Baston, if you could make your way to the stage. According to Department Chair Jean Schick, Helen is both generous and knowledgeable in her field and is always putting the needs of others first, making her a perfect fit for serving our freshman students. Her gentle and generous spirit has made her a wonderful collaborator and mentor for numerous student teachers and colleagues over 43 years. And our next retiree, Tracy Bean, if you could make your way to the stage. Principal Eric Gilpin said that Tracy may have one of the biggest hearts I have ever seen. She creates a very special place in her heart for each and every one of her students individually. Thank you, Tracy. Bachelor will certainly miss you, and thank you for your service. Our next retiree, Ava Crane, if you could make your way to the stage. Principal Chris Finley shared Ava is truly a professional educator, and her love of music and children could be seen and heard at Childs Elementary School for 28 years. She loved to celebrate our students' talents, and her excitement for their growth each year was incredibly obvious. She helped our community in so many ways, and her leadership and presence at Childs Elementary will be greatly missed. Thank you so much for your service. Our next retiree, Diane Davis Deckard. Diane is a Bloomington native who has worked tirelessly over a 38-year career for art. She is loved by her students and colleagues, while several murals around town will be long-lasting reminders of her contributions to the artistic wealth of Bloomington. I've seen some of those, they're great. She will be lovingly remembered in the hands, hearts, and minds of her students for years and years to come. That was Daria Smith, the department chair. And our next retiree, Rebecca Dixon. According to Principal Eve Robertson, where's she at? Rebecca has been a blessing to the Bloomington community with over 30 years of service in early childhood education, 24 at Clear Creek Elementary. At the beginning of the school year, she shared, "This may be my last year, but it is my family's only year of kindergarten, and I want it to be full of great memories." Thank you so much for your service. All right, our next retiree, Valerie Gleesman, if you could make your way to the stage. Principal Rebecca Mungle said, Valerie emulated the life of a true educator. She has not only taught her students the content in books, but taught them lessons that would get them through the experiences of life. When the school bell ended the day for most teachers, that's when some of her very best work began. Best wishes, Valerie. Templeton will miss you greatly. Thank you so much for your service. And our next retiree, Danny Hancock, if you could make your way to the stage. Assistant Principal Jay True said, "Purple runs deep through the veins of this Panther." You know that means something coming from a North graduate. After serving for over 30 years as the head day custodian, Danny probably knows more about Bloomington South and what goes on behind the scenes to make it run smoothly than any other person alive. That's impressive stuff. Thank you so much for your service. All right, our next retiree, Donna Hazel, if you could make your way to the stage. Chris Finley said, Donna has spent a lifetime taking care of the children in the MCCSC community. She always showed up to work with a positive attitude and a smile on her face. She was a great employee and always helped our students throughout the cafeteria. She will be greatly, greatly missed at Childs Elementary School. Thank you so much, Donna, for your service. Our next retiree, Stacy Jennings, if you could make your way to the stage. There you are. Mark Fletcher said Stacy Jennings is a true pro. Kids truly love her computer-based art classes. Last year, she left me speechless. always putting the needs of her students above anything else while juggling other things. Not surprisingly, because of Stacy's strong will and grace, both situations worked out great. Thank you so much, Stacy, for your service. Our next retiree, Nancy Martin. If you could make your way to the stage. There you are. Principal David Pillar said Nancy's love and excitement for science could never, ever be questioned by anyone. This year, in her final year as coach, she led the Jackson Creek Middle School Science Olympiad team to a school best ever 4th place finish in the state competition. That's something to be proud of. Thank you so much, Nancy, for your service. Next up, Rhonda Reese Caldwell, if you could make your way to the stage. Where's she at? There you are. Nick McGinnis said, Rhonda is an invaluable educator at Summit who is selflessly dedicated to her students' success. She is highly, highly admired by her colleagues as someone who is encouraging, passionate, and very knowledgeable of effective teaching practices. She is a true teaching legend and will be missed. Thank you so much, Rhonda, for your service. All right, our next retiree, I've already mentioned him, Curtis Shedlack. Principal Jen Anderson says, it's rare that a teacher has such a profound impact on so many, but such is the case with Mr. Curtis Shedlack. His passion and dedication are beyond compare. He has no doubt left an indelible mark on the hearts of all Binford students. Thank you so much, Mr. Shedlack, for your service at Binford Elementary. Thank you. Good to see you. All right, security guard. Yeah. Okay, we will skip. No, that's all right. That's okay. We'll skip them. Okay, so those were the last two then. Thank you to our retirees. Congratulations. And while you'll be missed by all of us, you certainly deserve your retirement. Your talents and dedication have greatly benefited the children of MCCSC. I know that I can speak for that. You guys have all greatly impacted me and everyone that I know who's gone through the school corporation. Let's stand and congratulate our 2017-2018 retirees. All right, and at this time, as we prepare for our Star Awards, we ask that all Star Award recipients please gather near the entrance and bring the card that you were given when you signed in. And while you're doing that, please enjoy this video on the screen. It's a great video. All right, so tonight we want to honor other employees who are making a positive difference in the lives of our students, staff, and community. They are those who are reaching for the stars, going far beyond the call of duty, doing more than others expect. This is what excellence is all about. It comes from striving, maintaining the highest standards, paying attention to the smallest detail, going that extra mile. Excellence, above all, means caring. It's making a special effort to do more. So tonight, we are celebrating that excellence. The Star of Excellence Award recipients were nominated by fellow peers and staff members. This year, we received 93 nominations. That's a lot. 40 people were chosen to receive the Star of Excellence Award tonight, and it is with great pleasure that I introduce the 2018 Star of Excellence Award recipients. And as I call your name, if you can just make your way on stage. All right, Dwayne Brody, Foreman and Transportation Building. Joel Branyard, music teacher at Bachelor Middle School. Gregory Britton, foreman at the Transportation Building. Julia Bryant, 6th grade teacher, Fairview Elementary School. Maybe I should slow these down. Craig Bushy, special education teacher. That Highland Park table, I'm telling you. Highland Park Elementary School. Cynthia Krastowski, art teacher, Bloomington High School South. William Clendenning, custodian, Bloomington High School South. Becky Connor, administrative assistant, Tri-North Middle School. Amy Crozier, special education teacher, Bloomington High School North. William Cunningham, corporation bus driver. Katrina Fico, preventionist at Rogers Elementary School. Brooke Fleener, special education teacher, Bloomington High School North. Michelle Hatfield, 4th grade teacher, Binford Elementary School. Matthew Hoagland, social studies teacher, Bloomington High School South. Christina Eisen, preventionist at Marlin Elementary. Timothy Key, custodian, Broadview Learning Center. Paris King, lead administrative assistant, University Elementary School. Kathy Kruzek, digital site coordinator, Highland Park Elementary School. Joshua Livingston, literacy coach, Templeton Elementary School. Alexandra May, 4th grade teacher at Childs Elementary School. Claire McKee, literacy coach, Arlington Elementary School. Kelly Mashakas, 1st and 2nd grade teacher, Unionville Elementary School. Lydell Newell, foreman at the service building. Sunita Nunes, special education aide at Jackson Creek Middle School. Anna Oresco, special education teacher, Academy of Science and Entrepreneurship. Holly Paul, social worker, Lakeview Elementary School. Justin Plank, special education aide, Grandview Elementary School. Rhonda Reese Caldwell, special education teacher, Summit Elementary School. Emily Schock, math teacher, Bloomington Graduation School. Melissa Shahady, administrative assistant, Bloomington High School North. Teresa Shipley, preventionist, Rogers Elementary School. Olivia Smith, special education aide, Grandview Elementary School. Janice Stockhouse, band director, also put up with my brother. when he was in high school. Bloomington High School North. Brittany Straw, guidance counselor, Tri-North Middle School. Kalyani Subramanian, special education aide, Jackson Creek Middle School. Rebecca Swanson, early childhood education teacher, Hoosier Hills Career Center. Congratulations. Brooke Taylor, health aide, Fairview Elementary School. Courtney Williams, 5th grade teacher, Clear Creek Elementary School. How about we give them all a round of applause? So congratulations to each and every one of you for your retirement and your STAR Awards. You've made an immense impact, and I've been so grateful to be hanging out with you all tonight. You all are truly an inspiration, and I appreciate everything that you guys have done for this community and school corporation. So now Dr. Mobley will give us some closing remarks.
Thank you, Tricia, for coming back as an MCCSC alumna to share in our celebration tonight. It was an honor having you join us. Thank you so much for taking the time to come. And thank you all for the tremendous work you do each day for MCCSC. And thank you to all of our guests, retirees, stars of excellence, and staff for joining us. Please join me one more time in congratulating our 2017-18 retirees and our star recipients. And as Dr. Seuss said, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Good evening, and please drive safely. Thank you.